My name is Rippy Patton. Thank you to everyone here for coming out to listen to this debate. Part of my platform, honestly, is to bring this back to Bristol, community involvement. So as a first-time candidate, I was a little worried on how many people would attend something like this, the council debate. So it's phenomenal to see that this is a community that's still involved. I represent you. I've never done this before. My last office that I held was 8th grade, Memorial Boulevard. And I couldn't even tell you what it was. But I bought a house here last year. I'm a single father, raising a daughter. I don't make a ton of money, but I do the best I can. And I have every vested interest on making sure that my investment in Bristol is protected. I want to see the community that I was raised in, that did so much for me, get something back for what it's done. And that's why I'm here running for city council.
Much has been said and published regarding plans for development of downtown Bristol, including Memorial Boulevard School and Depot Square. If elected, what would you do to ensure speedy development of our downtown area, and what would you like to see happen with the Memorial Boulevard School and Depot Square?
You know who owns Depot Square? The city of Bristol. Would you ever allow the front yard of your house to look like the city of Bristol allows Depot Square to look right now? I drive by that every day, and there's no bigger symbol of stagnancy in this city than Depot Square. Our city government has failed us. I moved to the west end of Bristol under the premise that something was coming. Things were happening. They haven't happened. Now, I understand that that lot was purchased in the name of economic redevelopment, so what I think is the city of Bristol residents should charge their future city council with getting creative. Make us figure it out. The land is ours. We don't have to wait for a savior to come there and figure out how to develop Depot Square. That's what you elect us to do. In my opinion, what we need to do is create the infrastructure. Let's start to build. Let's make it a walkable downtown. We don't need someone to do that for us. That's what your taxpayer dollars entitle you to. Maybe that's just my opinion, but that's what it is. In terms of Home Depot, I've been infatuated with Depot Square, so if it comes through, you're seeing it now. Memorial Boulevard, again, it's personal. As a graduate of there, as someone who walks there all the time, I drive through and I see that building and I love it. There's no viable reason that the city of Bristol should give that up to anyone. I think that the proposal that's currently on the table and making that a performing arts center as a nonprofit is phenomenal. Again, I have an 8-year-old daughter, and let me tell you, dance class, gymnastics, pageants, it's expensive. If my tax dollars then go to help support Memorial Boulevard in the name of the performing arts, and that offsets some of that money that I spend sending her to these expensive schools, well, then that's my tax dollars working for me, which is the way that it's supposed to be. I believe that simple problems have simple solutions, and we really do not need to create the wheel. As someone who likes to travel, likes to get out, you can go to many communities and see the most simple idea create such a thriving result. You go to downtown Southington, the Apple Harvest Fest, people go. And all they did was start to build economics around a city green. That's it. It's no bigger than this room, but it worked. We have an opportunity. We don't have to spend a ton of money to create a simple solution, whether it be Depot Square, whether it be Memorial Boulevard. We can figure this out without burdening any taxpayer. I truly believe that. That's exactly the type of idea that I want to bring to City Council. I don't think we need to recreate the wheel. I think we're thinking too hard. It's not that hard. We can do this.
What do you consider the 2 biggest issues facing Bristol over the next 2 years? And if elected, how would you address these issues?
The elephant in the room is always going to be Depot Square until we grab the bull by the horns and we make a change in the center of this city. That's going to be the obvious answer. And again, I think we've beat that to death already, and you've heard my ideas there. But second, truth be told, since this process has started for me, I think that the second biggest issue facing Bristol is its city government and the fact that it's been largely ineffective in doing the things that it's been challenged to do. And that's a huge part of the reason why I'm running for city council in this particular election. Depot Square was coming and it didn't. We seem to have a start and stop approach. I'm going to use for an example the synthetic fields. Now, you might have seen that in the paper. The synthetic field issue was born out of the need for additional fields in the city of Bristol. We have an ever-growing population of children who are playing sports that didn't exist. Lacrosse didn't exist in Bristol 20 years ago. It's here now. Where are those kids playing? Again, these are your tax dollars at work, but your kid doesn't have anywhere to play. So we're going to build additional fields and talk about synthetic. And now what we essentially have coming is a synthetic field at Central, a synthetic field at Eastern, and still nowhere for your child to play lacrosse. It's a Band-Aid effect. That's what we've kind of been promoting in the city, is we'll do just enough to talk about the problem and put something on the table, but we haven't fixed it. We should be charged with fixing the things that get brought up. What I hope to do on City Council, first and foremost, is look for a commonality with the other people on City Council. It's not about politics anymore. Bristol's struggling. Let's fix that. So I want commonality, a common ground. I want a common goal, and I want the community to be involved. Literally, if I'm elected to City Council, those will be the three things that you hear me push for the entire 2 years. That's why I'm here. Thank you. We need to partner. If we're going to grow this tax base, if we're going to grow downtown, we can't be seen as uninviting. We need to be a welcoming city where people understand that we need their business as much as they need us. A partnership facilitates all of that, and I don't know right now that we necessarily have that. The Depot Square area will be done if we get elected to City Council, and I think that's anyone up here. The wonderful thing that you're starting to see is that we all actually do have common interest. In my opinion, this is the debate that this city needs. This is the conversation that this city needs, where it's not partisan, where we don't have agendas other than the city of Bristol. And I think that's what's happening up here, and I'm proud to be a part of that conversation. For me, it's personal. If you know me at all, I can relate everything back to an experience in my life. My mother's going to kill me, but I was asked an honest question. I'm going to give you an honest answer. When I purchased my house in Bristol, driving through this city, I saw a ton of opportunity. And it made me think about when I was a child, watching my mother raise myself, my brother, my cousin. I don't know. She took something and truly turned it into something. She has 3 college degree children who came out of her home. We all own homes here in Bristol, and not one of us has any plan on leaving. So when I see how possible it is to take something that many look at as nothing, and truth be told, as Bristol residents, we can have all the pride in our city that we want, and deservedly so. But if you go on the blogs, there's an overwhelming tone of negativity that we need to turn around. And if that's what the city is looking for us to do, I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, how possible it is to take something that's struggling and turn it into something truly magical. And if I have an opportunity to be a part of that, by making sound, solid decisions for the city of Bristol, well, by all means, I wouldn't be doing my job as a resident if I didn't take advantage of that opportunity. That's what my candidacy was born out of. I want to see Bristol thrive. I want to see development. Do I believe that taxes should skyrocket? Do I believe taxes should increase? No, I can't afford it. So I would love to see us hold the line on taxes. But I believe that every investment that you make isn't necessarily tangible. It's not always something that you can touch, that you can feel. If you ask people to pay for a quality of life, if your property tax is raised by $7 a month, and your quality of life in Bristol would increase exponentially, I'd be the first one to sign up for that, because that's what I want to see. I want to drive through this town and be proud that I live here. I want visitors to come here and be proud that I live here. That's what I hope to see for Bristol. That's what I hope to make happen for Bristol. And if I'm elected on November 3rd, I swear to you that's exactly what I will do.